Hello, family. Welcome to another episode of Hello Healing Live. It is Dr. Radisha, and you know I'm here with my crew, Dope Therapist, Crescent Campbell, and Shantoya Chapman. Hello, ladies.
Hello,
Hello.
hello.
I'm so glad to see y'all. We were just talking before we went live. It's been a rough day. It's been a rough week, but we here to do our thing. And,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
life happens to all of us. We all
Oof.
struggling with different situations. But guess what? We
Mhm.
showing up and we taking care of ourselves and doing what we need to do. Listen, ladies, we experience many of the same things you guys experience. And so we are all in this fight together. And so I'm so happy to have this conversation, to have this time with you guys. So one of the exciting things this week that happened is my brother launched a vlog series on YouTube, which is so cool. And so he's so
Nice.
thoughtful, so caring. So I got to post that link for you guys to check him out. By the way, he is single. I ain't putting him out there like that, but we are interviewing folks. We're gonna interview a few people.
Oh, your brother
Listen,
gonna get you. Oh
I
my
know,
goodness.
I know it's coming. I know it's coming. But he is such a loving, caring. Now I
Oh,
ain't saying that because he my brother, right? And I carried him around. I changed his pampers, but he is such
yeah.
a warm, kind, warm, kind man. And he the man that's gonna marry you, right? He ain't trying to date you for no 25 years to talk about some we girlfriend or boyfriend. He's a school teacher. Lord, I'm putting all his business out. He a teacher, y'all. He is. He is. He's so lovable and kind. And check out his vlog. Check out his YouTube. We'll put a link in there. And if you're interested, I'm just saying, brother, might have a application for you too. But okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into the show. We're gonna go ahead and get into the show. But I'm just saying, we about love here. There's some love. There's some applications in there. But tonight, ladies, we are going to be bringing to the couch tonight. I want to talk about the situation happening with the Russian invasion of Ukraine and talking about how it's affecting us. I know it's all the way across the water. Like I heard somebody say, what does that have to do with us? But it really does affect us. It's affecting us emotionally, spiritually, and financially. So let's talk
Mhm.
about that a little bit. Shantoy, how do you think it's affecting us?
Okay, so we already know when it comes to supply demand, that's a big thing. All right. That's like, government 101. So now there is a need for gas. So you all been
Mhm.
going to the gas pumps. I'm gonna tell you, I'm being honest. I'm on a filling up $30 worth of gas. I'm sorry. I just can't allow my my pockets. I can't do it. I drive a little minivan every day, and $30. That's it, because we're not gonna be traveling too far. So
Mhm.
we're feeling it in our pockets, with gas. And I saw someone posted on social media how much he spent in gas for 18 wheeler, because we got to think about transportation is important. It's key, especially when it comes to resources and things that we need, food, different type of goods. And so he put on Facebook the amount he spent in gas was $800 for a full
Lord
tank. So
Jesus.
imagine how this going to impact our drivers on the road. Okay.
Right,
We got to think about this. People think because it's in another country, it doesn't
right,
impact the US. Yes, it
right.
does. Yes, it
Mm.
does. So that's what we
Absolutely.
got to think about.
Absolutely. And Cresses, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, to kind of piggyback off of that, not only the gas part, but I speak from a personal standpoint. I don't have a very big military family, and this is the first time in our history that we have people in the military in my family, two younger cousins. So now,
Mm,
my
Right.
nephew, he FaceTimed me yesterday, and I was like, he's in training, and I was like, what's wrong? Are you going? And he's like, relax. And I'm like, no, I can't relax because I have one in the army and one in the
Oh,
navy. So now I have two loved ones that I'm concerned with, and the one is studying to be a medic. So if something goes on, he's going out there. The
mm-hmm.
other one, he does something different. I don't know if I understand what he does for the Navy, but he works for the Navy or whatever. So for me, it's like, okay, what is it? When was the last time we were in a war? The war in Iraq, we pulled people out and people were going, but now
Right.
here we go again. Is this going
yeah.
to be a re-traumatization for families? or people that have already been traumatized, actual veterans and things like that. What is that going to look like? And you guys work with VA patients. You guys have that history. You guys understand
Right.
that. What is this going to look like now in the hospitals for these veterans? What is all that going to bring back? And for people that have, for me, it's just thinking about the people that are going to serve when it comes to this. If we have to go over there, and how's it going to impact them and their families? That's my biggest thought process right now.
Right. And this is the early stages, right? And so
Mhm.
there's a lot happening and a lot that's impacting us. And so we're seeing video on social media of the effects of the bombings, of the kids dying. This morning I saw a video of a hospital in Ukraine that is a children's hospital. And so I was just like overwhelmed with grief. I was like, here are kids fighting different illnesses, and now they got literally have them in the basement trying to provides care to them. And so even if you are, are not feeling the effects financially, I don't know how, because everything going up, but
Yes.
emotionally, where it's impacting us emotionally and how we see our families and how we live our lives. And so we wanted to bring it to the couch so that you recognize, one, that you're not alone. If you're
Right.
feeling sad, feeling anxious about what's happening and what's to come and the what ifs. What if my family member gets sent to the front lines? What if we then become active in this war? And that's a real possibility. We just don't know. And so we just really need to stay uplifted in prayer through this process and ask God to protect our all of us as a global community as this thing kind of unravels. And so you're not alone in this process. And so the fact is that whatever's happening in the world will affect us and ultimately will affect our marriage, which
Mhm.
is what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about the truth about marriage.
Mhm.
So often we are so excited to create and design the wedding. We don't
Mhm.
spend nearly enough time talking about what it looks like in the marriage, which is the most
Whew.
important piece to this. And now, Shantoya and Crescent, y'all been in the marriage game double digits. So y'all know, y'all done been through some things. I was in the game and I jumped out of the game. Look like I'm about to get back into it. How is it living? But so let's have a real conversation because I want people to really understand what that life looks like. Because it's something we all want, we praying for, but
Mm.
what should individuals know before saying I do?
Hmm.
Go ahead, Crescent, you kick
Themselves.
that off.
They need to know themselves before they get into a marriage.
Right.
Because
Facts.
Real.
if you don't know
Facts.
you, you can't instruct somebody else on how to love you. You don't really know what your likes and dislikes are. I told my husband not too long ago, I was like, when I married you, I was a little girl. I thought I was grown, but I was a girl. I'm a
Yes.
Right.
woman now, and now
Yeah.
I know who I am
Woo.
fully. I wish I would have had the wherewithal then that I do now. And I didn't get married young, but we had been together since I was young.
Right.
So I
Right.
didn't really become this full woman outside of him. I grew up. I grew up with
Mm.
him. I'm grown now. I was grown.
Fully grown.
I'm fully grown now. It's not one of those situations, when you're younger, you got to tell everybody you're grown. I don't have to tell
Right.
you I'm grown. It's evident. I know myself. If you don't know who you are, you can't function in a relationship fully. So the number
Mhm.
one thing you need to know is yourself first. And how do you do that? Through therapy. And it doesn't mean you're going through therapy because something is wrong. It's to increase self-awareness, right? Understand what your mindset is. Is it growth mindset? Is it fixed mindset? What are your boundaries? What do you have distortions? Are they reality based? Do you have trauma? Do you have things that need to be processed? Do you have attachment wounds? You need to talk about all of these things because when you're laying there in the bed and your husband's not hugging you and you're upset, you're not gonna understand how to communicate to him. You're upset. He thinks you got an attitude. You think you got an attitude, not understanding. Oh, I'm upset because my love language is physical touch, and he's not
Mm.
giving me the physical touch. And how
Right.
do I know that? Because I know myself. If you don't know yourself, you can explain that to him or her.
Right. Girl, that's deep right there in so many
Yes.
levels. Because listen, if you're an introvert and you don't like to be touched, right? If you know I don't like to be touched, right? That's something your partner needs to know going into the marriage. You
Mhm.
can't quite figure it out afterward, and you need to communicate that. Like, hey,
Mhm.
I don't like to be touched for whatever reason, or I don't like to talk to you when I walk in the house. I need time to decompress.
Mhm.
Right? There's so many arguments that happens in relationships in a marriage as soon as your partner walks in the door. It things
Mhm.
get to fire real quick. And so if you know that about yourself, one, you got to acknowledge that about yourself. And then to Crescent's point, communicating that to your partner. Chantor, you've been in the game a while. You know, you got
Mhm.
double digits on the board, right? Some double digits. Tell the folks what they
Uh,
need to know, right? This is real talk. What do they need to
yeah,
know
I mean,
before?
honest, yeah. I think what looking back at my younger self, and
Mhm.
Crescent's really hit it on the head. Like, there's parts of me hadn't matured when I met my
Mhm.
spouse, and then my spouse is he got a couple more years on me, and he was married before, so there was things that I acquired when we became a couple, and I wish now, just looking back, just hindsight, right, that when you're dating someone, there's some questions that you need to be asking.
Mhm.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Because I realize, as a young girl, I have a my imagination is something serious. Okay. Sometimes I have to say, okay, Toy, did you really see that, or did you imagine it? Because I have a very serious imagination. And me and my best friend, I remember in school, we had this picture perfect idea of what, our marriage would be, the number of children, how our house. I mean, I'm gonna tell you how serious we was. We would have like the little Sears catalog book. You all don't judge me. That was back in the day. That's back in the day when you used to get like the big the Sears catalog
I
book.
Right,
remember that.
And we were going through the book like, this is what we want to have in our home during Christmas. I mean, me and her were just that serious. Okay. Shout out to Tanessa. And so that's how serious it was. But when it all unfolded, it was like, wait a minute, that's not what I thought that it would be. Marriage would
Mhm.
be that way. Because I didn't prepare for the things that would come, the challenges that would come. And so I think that's important, to have a realistic view about what marriage is, and
right,
it takes a lot of work. I'm telling you, when you dating, it's totally different when you become
right,
married. I mean, there's some things that you learn about your spouse that you didn't even know, Because I don't remember my husband just throwing his underwears all over the floor like that. Now, I don't remember that. Now all of a sudden, because he made me Miss Chapman, now he think it's okay. And
right,
and so he had his definition. Now, we didn't even talk about this, what a wife should do. And I was like,
right.
wait a minute, we didn't discuss this. So I think that's important. We need to understand the roles. Like, what did you see as a
Yeah,
child? Because again, that makes a difference. How you was parented.
right,
What did you witness as far as love and
Mhm.
connection and intimacy, kisses and hugs? All of that is important.
Yeah.
So I say that's something that you need to make sure that if
right,
a person that you're really serious about, you say, okay, this is a person I can see myself spend the rest of my life with. There are some questions that you definitely need to ask, and that's
Yeah.
definitely about your parenting, your roles as far as spouse, what that looks like. Because I want to
Mhm.
make sure I can rise to the occasion. Because I
right,
don't want to put myself in a situation that I can't. So
right.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
Right. You're absolutely right, Shantoya. We got to know ourselves, and you got to be aware of the things that are non-negotiables with you.
Yep.
Like, we
Yes.
all have non-negotiables that's just like, no, that will never work, right? As you're dating or getting to know a person, you need to be clear in yourself what those non-negotiables are, and filter out people that can't meet that standard for yourself, right? So for me, it's like, a non-negotiable for me is dating a pastor. Like, I know it's good
Mm,
pastors and everybody trying to be a first lady.
okay.
That wasn't what I wanted, and I just wasn't gonna do it because I know I'm a sinner, right? And Jesus still working on me. I ain't being nobody first lady about nothing. So when I want to go to the club, I'm just gonna be in the club. They probably say, "Ain't you first lady?" No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay, that is a non-negotiable with me. I know, like,
Oh my
if I know
goodness.
that about myself, that I know I can't be nobody first lady, it makes no sense for me to be dating the pastor of such and such United Church, right? So we gotta be clear about that. That just was mine. I can't, no, do not pass, right? And so if I know I don't like kids, right? If I know I don't like kids,
Right.
I don't need to be marrying a man with 5 kids.
That's
I
right.
Ooh.
don't
Right.
like them.
That's right.
Right. And they
That's
come as a
right.
package deal. Right. And so
Mhm.
often we get in situations and we just kind of, oh, I'll just deal with it. And then it becomes a huge issue after you get married because somehow you think that that piece of paper will wave away that red flag or that thing that you're not comfortable with, that's not what you want. Right. We all
Mhm.
have our own wants, needs, and desires, and none of us is not right or wrong. It's just what's important to us. And so
Mhm.
you got
Right.
to know yourself first. And
Mhm.
so the next question is, what, and many times couples, like as an individual, I may have my own standards, I may have my own ideas in terms of what a couple looks like. And so what are some challenges that couples face that you guys work with, that they don't understand about the partnership of marriage? And I always call it a partnership because it does require two active participants in it to make it work.
Yes.
What do you say,
Mhm.
Shantoya?
Whew. Let me tell you, money and sex are the two deal breakers. Okay. I'm just being honest with you. From my experience, like I said, just talking with other women, social media, money and sex, those are important. So
Right.
listen, now you know your husband has a healthy, appetite. you can't
Right.
be you
If
can't
he's
be
trying to
around here talking about,
get
oh, I don't want to do
I'm
that on
tired.
Sundays.
I'm
No,
tired.
ma'am. No, ma'am.
He want it every night. God.
Yes, yes. So I mean, you got to be honest. It's like, okay, I got to make sure that I can meet his needs and he can meet my needs.
Right.
So
Mhm.
I think
Right.
that's important, and realizing that in the relationship, it's not a 50-50.
Never. Oh my
It's
God.
not
Say
a
that again.
50-50.
Say that
Okay.
again for the people in the back. Say that
It's
one more
not a
time.
50-50, honey. Let me
Mm-mm.
tell you now. Okay. It's 100 and 100. So it's about, hey, I gotta put it all in. Okay. I gotta invest
Hmm.
it. I gotta be fully invested in this relationship. And so it's not no
Right.
meet you halfway. Sometimes I'm gonna meet you further.
Mhm.
There are times that I'm gonna give more. And unfortunately, don't try to keep no tallies about who's giving more, who's pouring more into the relationship. Mm-mm. Sometimes you're gonna do more. Sometimes he's gonna do more. So it's just really understanding that concept. Like you say, it is a partnership.
Mhm.
I truly believe that.
Mm-hmm. Preston, what are your thoughts on what couples don't understand about the institution of marriage?
Well, Shantoya took everything I was gonna say.
That's right.
Oh,
So, I will say that we have to understand that there's gonna be a time when one has to lead and one has to follow.
ooh,
There's going to
Mm,
be times where we have to
mm,
humble ourselves with certain situations, right?
good.
You're going to be pushed to maybe your limit, pushed to places where you're like, oh, this is a non-negotiable for me. But you
Mm,
might have to give a little bit of grace contingent upon what the situation is. My husband had a situation where he had a traumatic death in the family and he was on edge because he was dealing with grief. And I would give him a little bit of rope. But
hmm.
when we would get to the end of that rope, all right now, I didn't give you 5. This is my limit.
right.
Right.
But I'm gonna give you 5 in this moment versus the normal
Mm,
3 I can give you because I understand where you're at, right? I have to everything is not gonna be picture perfect. Everything is not gonna be a script. It's not gonna happen the same exact way you want it this every single day. You have to know when to lead and when to follow, and that is for
mm,
men and women.
mhm,
Right.
mm,
Absolutely. Yeah, that I am 100% on that. The other thing I think that couples don't understand, for the health of the marriage, there needs to be emotional safety. Like
mm,
we got to develop this relationship to where we both feel safe sharing what's working, what feels good, what things we need to change, because as people we adapt over time. You're not going to be the same person 5 years from now that you were the
yes.
day you said I do. You're not
Mhm,
going to know, change. Life is ever evolving. You're going to
mm,
evolve. And
mm,
so it's important that you're moving in the same direction. But part of that is creating this emotional safety in the relationship. So you feel safe talking about what those things are that are changing, what those things are that you need, how
right.
you feel, what things you want to try that you haven't tried before that may seem out of the norm, and so when I'm working with couples from friends that call me, as a therapist, people call you for everything, even when they not clients, right? They like, what do you think? And so often I tell them that's the one thing a healthy relationship requires. If you're going to take whatever your partner says and then tell it to everybody in your family so y'all can talk about it or put it on Facebook or social media, that's going to hurt the partnership, because then that is no longer safe. It's no longer safe for me to tell you my deepest, darkest hurts and pains and changes, because you tell your mama everything and then your mama tell everybody else everything. So you got to have this wall of safety around the relationship. It has to be a two-handed circle. Nobody can get in. It's just the two of you guys, and it has to be space where you are sharing things that is just meant for each other. And so oftentimes we, violate the trust of our partners in various ways, and repeating things and to other people that's going on in the relationship about your partner. And so then you avoid talking, right? And then we have the communication issue. Once the communication issue start, then the sex and the money following right on behind it.
Yes.
So then
Listen.
I'm not going to be feeling comfortable being intimate. And then I'm gonna use money to cope with what I'm feeling like. Now Amazon gonna be my very best friend, right? Or,
Right.
or the mall or something. I'm gonna find somewhere else to deal with that. So when you break down all of those issues, it starts at the foundation of having that emotional safety and trust in the relationship. Once that breaks down, then all the other problems will present itself. And so it, as Shantoya said, it requires 100% every day, all day. This is a job that you don't get the clock out on. You don't be like, I
Child.
need a vacation from my marriage. I need boss, I need 2 weeks off. Right? Right? I need 2 weeks off because he's working my last nerve. Right?
You look over and be like, you still here? You again?
Right.
Oh,
You
geez.
know,
No
this
way.
man in my kitchen, he won't leave. It's just,
I
that's
got
the
this.
part you feel.
I got this roommate. He just won't clean it. Your roommate? That shit. I know that's my roommate right now.
Talk about something, he won't leave. I can't get no breaks. Ma'am, ma'am. When you said I do, that was part of the package deal.
Yes.
Right. And so
Yes.
understanding that's how that piece goes. You don't get the clock out. Although days you're gonna want to clock out. You don't
Yes.
get the clock out, and you keep put forth all the effort, and your partner puts forth all the effort. And you remember that it is a partnership. It is a
Yes.
partnership all the time. And so how can you maintain passion, fire, and intimacy in a healthy marriage? Because Chantal, you said when sex is a problem, it is a problem, right? So how do you keep the fire going so sex is not an issue?
Asking me?
Yeah, go on,
Oh,
get
okay.
into
Okay.
deep.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, for me and my spouse now, whew, I tell you, I had the ladies laughing when I talked about we'll be one taking the picture with our matching pajamas, but we'll be arguing before the pictures. See, that's me and my spouse, right? And so people know
Mhm.
us. They be like, "Yeah, so crazy," but that's what happened when you got 10+ years in the game. Some days I like them, some days I don't. And I tell him like, "I don't like you." He be like, "I don't like you either." Good. We at least
We
Oh,
we
same
agree.
agreed on
page.
something today. And so I think for us, humor, and that's our saving grace is with
Hmm.
me and my spouse. That what keeps, us, kind of like I can't stand you, but I still want to be with you,
Right,
because you understand me. And he be like, "I don't want your little shorts out." I don't want you either. And we like, okay, then that's why we still together.
right,
It's humor that keeps me and his relationship, where it is. So people on the outside will understand it, and they be like, "Y'all crazy," but we understand it because that's the way we communicate, with humor and laughter. Because I mean, at the end of the day, that's all we have. Because I'm like, we're gonna hopefully grow old together. And so
right,
there'll be a time where sex is not going to be priority. So I
right,
at least need to have something else other than that. And laughter is what keeps us going. So to me, I think laughter is very important, even when it comes to intimacy, because that's how you keep that connection. That's how you keep that bond, and you continue to
right,
grow together. So for me, it's laughter.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Crestals, what tips you got for the folks to maintain that passion, that fire? You've been in the game double digits. What you got for the folks?
I was taking notes from Shantae because
I
I
know, right?
ain't I'm in the phase of my life where we have two young kids. My daughter just turned 6,
Right,
so I don't have two under 5 anymore. I have a 6 and a 1-year-old. So it's hard for us to find time together because they're always around. They never
right.
leave. They never go anywhere. They're always here. To the other roommates,
Yeah.
they just won't go. But I think keeping things lighthearted,
Uh-huh.
being patient with each other, and even if it's only 5 to 10 minutes that you get to spend with each other, for the married couples that are, where we are, we've been together double digits, but we haven't had children double digits, so we're still learning about each other when it comes to being parents, and how does it look to be a parent versus a wife, and remembering that people will say you don't put anybody above your children, but you married that person, and then you not that it doesn't matter the way you had them, right? Whether you had the child first or you got married. But if you are living in a biblical marriage,
Mhm.
which I am, I can only speak for my own self, your husband comes first and then your children. You
Right,
can love your husband first and love your children, and it still feel good for each person,
Exactly.
making
Exactly.
sure you're meeting each other's needs. We don't get a lot of time together. But even if it's we're washing dishes together and having a quick conversation, or sending a flirty text message, or sending a
hmm,
flirty email, when the pandemic hit, a lot of people couldn't do things, finding something in the house to do together, whether it's watching a movie. I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm gonna just tell you right now, it don't matter what time of day you put a movie on, I'm gonna fall asleep. But if I fall asleep with you and we're together, that gives us togetherness. My
Mhm.
husband and I, we will take our computers and sit in our office. He's on one side, on the other side, and we may not say nothing to each other, but just the fact that we're near
Cool.
each other, that
Yes.
works. But I'm the same way, Sean. So yeah, we're celebrating 8 years this year, married, but we've been together 16 years. And he said to me, "Yeah, so for our 10 years." I said, "Who said I want to marry you again for another 10? Presumptuous.
looking at your options. What are you talking about?
Who told you I want to do another 10 with you? Who told you I was enjoying this current?" And no, I'm just joking.
Right,
But keeping it lighthearted. And my husband and I, we are the couple that will go at each other in front of our safe family and friends that know
right,
we're just joking, right? But we're the
Right.
old couple. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. You
Right.
shut up.
Right.
You shut up. You make me sick.
Right. 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 Right.
right.
But we love each other because I dare somebody else to try it, because then it's gonna be a problem.
Right, I know that's right. Get it clear. We'll come over here. We'll come over here now.
You got to
Leave a
keep it
man
lighthearted
alone.
and have fun. Keep it lighthearted and have fun. Don't take things so
Yes.
serious.
Right,
And
right.
know
Absolutely.
when to pick your battles. Like, I can fight
Yeah.
with you every day about the same thing. Where is it gonna get us? What's it gonna give me?
Right,
Correct.
right.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
speaking now.
absolutely. Hmm.
Speaking.
Pick and choose your battle because every battle's not worth fighting.
Mm, mm.
And
No,
not every battle's worth
no.
fighting. Just give in. Sometimes we're so caught up in the fight that we forget that the ultimate goal is the partnership, right? We just get so
Mhm.
Correct.
caught up in that. And so what I would add to what you both ladies have, killed the game on, is to ask your partner, what can I do better? What can
Yeah.
I do different? And they'll
Mhm.
tell you, because it may be something really simple, it may be something that you wouldn't even thought of that they need or want in the partnership, and you can show up. And it just feels good when somebody asks you, what can I do better to please you? It just feels
Right.
good.
Right. Right.
Mhm. So we all about pleasing, and because Shantoya said, if that sex ain't on the point, you off. Don't do it. Ask your part. What could I do differently? And if it's something you comfortable with, go on and try it. Listen, if you done said I do, you legally able to do anything you want to do. I'm just saying, as long
Right.
as it's legal
It's your
and you
bedroom. It's your
comfortable,
bedroom.
whatever you
Hello.
want to do.
Have
But
you
keep
a
other
glass of
people out of it.
wine if
Lord,
you
then that
need
becomes a
to.
problem.
Have a glass of wine if you need to. Relax a little bit. Do it in a way that makes you feel comfortable, that you can
Right.
relax. Maybe you don't do whatever that is the first time. Maybe you talk about it. Maybe you watch it. Just and laugh at yourself. Laugh.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
I
Yes.
want to try this real
Absolutely.
quick. Listen, I done fell in the damn shower before and bust my behind.
Girl, that shower will get you every time. I done fell backwards. Girl, I don't know. I was trying to do acrobatics. One time, and I felt like I could be on one foot and have one foot kind of on the shower thing, and then fell and rolled all the way back. Bloop, 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 bloop. The shower
Yep,
curtain, everything down with me. I said,
yep.
Lord,
I pulled the whole thing down. I was like, oh Jesus, water just. I
listen,
said,
just
all
lay
right.
it out. Lay it out on the floor, hurting. Back hurting, side hurting. Like trying to think if I run broke something. Listen, do whatever it is that feels good to you and laugh
That's
at
right.
yourself because none
You
of us is perfect.
must.
We all trying to figure it out. We all trying to figure it
Yes.
out. So you are
Yes.
not alone in this process. But listen, if you need somebody to talk to, if you need to work through it, if you need a therapist, listen, you have access to 3 therapists here. There you can go to therapyforblackgirls.com to find a black female therapist in your area if that's what you need. If you're struggling in a relationship and you need somebody to help you, I'm a believer in not walking away from a relationship until you've tried everything.
Right.
Until
Right.
you've
That's
done
right.
everything. Because so many people throw their hands up so quickly. And so try to make it work as much as you can. And then when you can't, then you tried everything. So get a therapist in there to help you, put you on game on what things you need to change and what things your partner needs to change so that you can become so the partnership is healthier. And by the way, if you want to book a mental health therapist for an upcoming event at church, at work, at whatever you got going on, listen, these ladies right here are powerful speakers. So go ahead and hit them up, going over to hellohealing.live, and then it'll link directly to Crescence Campbell and Shantoya Chapman, to their websites, to their email addresses. I have heard both of these ladies speak. You will not be disappointed for sure. Hit them up
Thank
if you're
you.
looking for a speaker because we need to be talking about mental health. We need to be in our business, at church, the grocery store, everywhere we need to be talking about it. And you need to have qualified folks that know what they're talking about, right? And so these
Absolutely.
ladies fit the bill. So make sure you do that. And so if this episode has been helpful to you, do us a favor. Go ahead and share it, like
Mhm.
it, share it,
Please.
subscribe to the channel so that
Please.
we can keep providing you good content. Listen, all of us have full-time jobs. We're entrepreneurs and doing everything, but we commit every Thursday. We show up for you because it's important. We care about Black women's mental health,
Mhm.
physical health,
Yeah.
spiritual health. And so we're here not to show you perfection, because Lord knows that ain't what this is about. We're
Mm-mm.
showing you that you can work at it. You're not alone in the process, and things can get better. Ain't that right, Crescents?
Listen, I tell people, I just told a client today, I'm a woman before I'm anything else. I'm an imperfect
Mm.
human being before I am anything else. So I'm a work in progress.
That's right.
I have to therapy myself sometimes, even though there's really no such thing. But sometimes I gotta put my own, be like, hold on, wait, did you just? Now you know you did wrong. You wasn't mad at that lady in the car. What you really mad at is the fact that you don't get no sleep. Go apologize to that. It ain't gonna matter.
I know. Go get them. Go get them. Go catch up with them. Go catch up
We are
with them.
human beings first. We are women
Exactly.
We
first.
are, and we
Exactly.
are here to support you on your journey, whatever that is. So we're going to shift gears to talk about our spotlight businesswoman. You know, we like supporting Black women and Black business owners. And this episode, we're spotlighting Lakeisha Cave Johnson. She is the owner and CEO of Celebrity Company Photo Booth. And this is all about photo booths. It brings fun to any event, weddings or parties where everyone leaves with memories and these fun videos. I know I went to a party not long ago and they had a photo booth, and I'm like, you know what, this is so much fun. You can party and dance, and then they do the whoop around. And I'm saying, don't invite me to no party unless you got a photo booth. So listen, go ahead and hit up Lakeisha Cave Johnson. You can find her at AikenCelebrity.com. That's Aiken, AIKEN, celebrity.com. You can find her on social media, Facebook or Instagram at celebrity_company. And so go ahead and check her out. Book her for your next event. She would be more than happy to help you, and tell her we sent you over there. So when you call her, so she can give you a special discount, right?
Yes.
We like spreading our supporting our family, and so so many Black women are business owners, and we want to shout out. So if you're a Black business owner and want to be a sponsor, want to be spotlighted, go ahead on over to hellohealing.live. Send us an email, let us know you're interested, and we'll get you on the list for sure. All right, guys. So here comes my favorite segment, which is the Hey Therapist. This is where you are able to ask us anything. We are here to support you, to give you our seasoned, as Shantoya says, seasoned advice on whatever you got going on. And so this can be any questions for educational purposes. But come on, where y'all at? What kind of questions y'all got tonight? Don't be shy. We are here. It's all about family and supporting you on your journey. So what y'all got going on? We are here. We are here. I got a question for you guys. What is something that helps you on your bad days? Like because we all have them, right? We were talking about before the show started. Some of us had the rough days, namely me. And so, what do you do on those rough days to help you improve your mood?
Well, for me, music is my go-to. So if you all follow me, so you want to see on Instagram, I do less talking, more dancing. Okay. And I mean, like, she loves dance. Yes, I do. I mean, that's where I go to. That's like my space. That's my creative space. So like when I've, you know, had my visit with my clients, that's where I go. To process things, they kind of let go. And so yeah, I love music, and I listen to all genres of music. I love music. It's fun. I have a theme, I be acting like I'm talking to clients and talking to family, they be like, this is what I really want to say, you want to leave? Walk out the door. One thing they gotta remember, one monkey don't stop no show. That's why I be want to stay in my head. So I just had to play it out in the music, 'cause I can't be a professional like that, right?
Right.
Because I need my clients now. They good to me. I need my clients, but some of them they kind of take me there some days, I mean, like, you want to call Tyrone because about to get on. It's gonna be about.
I know that's right. That's right.
So music is where I go because I love gospel, blues, R&B, country, whatever. It got a good beat. You're gonna see me on it dancing.
I know that's right. I like that. I know there's no popping and locking.
Yes.
What do you do on your bad days to improve your mood?
I do a few things. It depends on what the intensity of that mood is, because different things support me in different ways. So, like Shantoya said, music. I love moving my body, whether it's dancing or working out, going for a run. I love hitting the pavement with my feet and just banging it out with a good run. Food. I love cooking. I will just in the middle of the night randomly pick something and shove it in front of my husband and say, "Eat this," and he's usually down for it. I like shopping. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't have an addiction, but I like to, oh, okay. Maybe I need a new umbrella, like something simple like that. And I like cleaning. Clutter makes me anxious. So my husband will say, "Oh, you must have been mad today because you cleaned this whole entire closet out and organized it." I sure did. Don't ask me where nothing is if you don't see it's in the trash.
You can come to my house anytime you want to declutter and organize. The door is open to you. My God.
Yes.
So that's some good tips for people. I like the music and I like moving. So yeah, I like doing both of those things. I also like journaling. If it's something thought provoking and something I'm processing really hard, utilizing the journaling, writing it down kind of helps me process it and it helps me look at it from a different perspective. So to your point, Crescent, depending on the intensity of what's happening, I also like my booty popping music to get it popping, going back to them club days. Some of y'all been in the club last week, some of y'all been out a while. We're going back to the club. Boy, oh my God, I love dance. I used to dance all night. Ooh,
that's me. Lord. Me too.
Jesus saved me. He's still working on me.
Listen, come out the parties drenched in sweat.
Yes.
Like you went for a swim.
Yes. Yes.
Had to
Yeah.
relax
Guess
and come
what?
out, look like you need a whole touch up.
I look like I had a Jerry curl. Mine be so wet. I'm like, oh, that girl got Jerry curl, baby. That's a perm. I just don't spit it all out, honey. Don't spit it
Just
all out.
partying, just
Yeah,
doing it.
I don't left it all on the floor. I don't left
Leave
it
it
all
all
on the
on
floor.
there. Girl, me too. I love dancing. But we are saved people. So if you see
Yeah.
us in the club now, know
Mind your
God's still
business.
working on it.
Mind
Mind
your
your business.
business.
Ain't none of your business. None of
God
your
damn
business,
it.
ma'am.
Keep it pushing.
Keep pushing. I ain't seeing you and you ain't seeing me.
That's why I be like, I'm on that way. You stay on that side.
You said put the don't
Uh-uh.
do it.
Nope.
Don't do
It
it.
ain't the time to
Don't do
talk.
it.
Because I may say something you don't want to hear. About the clock.
You know what? Ain't nothing like love in the club, right? They look so good in that dark room. The light, you be like, dang, who that?
Listen.
Dang, who are you?
Like, oh,
Look, looking
no.
good with the club lights. It was real good. Y'all are off the chain tonight. Y'all off the chain. All right, folks, if you want to join us, we're still looking for 10 amazing women to be founding members of Hello Healing Podcast. We are looking, we got a few more slots available. We want you. So come on over, go on over to hellohealing.live, send us an email, and we'd love to have you. We'd absolutely love to have you, and we're going to have special things for you. And so we want to expand the crew. If you want to be a part of the crew and have early access to events and access to some of our post-show situations, that's when it really goes down. We love for you to be a part of us. So be a part of the show. So going over to hellohealing.live, that's hellohealing.live, and so to join us. And so we're really happy. Man, this was a good episode. What y'all think?
Oh,
I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love it.
yeah.
I love it. And so, guys, if this has blessed you in any kind of way, please share it. Like us, like this episode, share it on all your platforms. We love it. We trying to spread the word to help and reach other women. And just remember, hey sis, no matter your story, no matter what you've been going through, it is never too late for healing. And so that's why the show is called Hello Healing, because we want to welcome it in to our lives. And so we love you. Thank you for tuning in. And we will see you next Thursday at 9 o'clock for our season finale.
Yeah.
Bye, ladies.
Good night.
Good night.